Okay, so my phobia is actually of lizards, and the reaction that is almost like a reflex. I have tried to empathize and sympathize with them, but as you said that about spirituality, it'll take the entire being, the person, whatever I am, to like be at that level to maybe not care, but then the way I am right now, it
It's
is
very
like
easy to get rid of
the reflex.
phobias related to animals, insects, and reptiles, and
It
all
almost
those
is like a
things.
reflex. I
It's a reflex.
can't
It's a
control it.
reflex arising from your
Yes, yes,
body,
yes.
and you are being carried away by that reflex because you give too much importance to your own body. See, your body does not like the body of the lizard. Your body does not like the mammalian body does not like the reptilian body. The reason is evolutionary. The reason is that mammals, for a very, very long period in history, were feasted upon by reptiles. Remember those giant dinosaurs? Huh? Mammals were at the mercy of those huge things. And that thing has gotten into our DNA, that fear. So even though that dinosaur has now become the humble lizard, only this much, still those age-old memories, those ancient memories that are stored in your cells, they get triggered. When you look at a lizard, some part of you remembers what happened a billion years ago. The giant, that T-Rex coming towards you, and now you know why Jurassic Park was a mega hit. Because we had seen that movie a million times, a million centuries earlier. So it all looked very familiar. I'm oversimplifying, but hope you're getting the drift. Okay. So it's your body that's afraid of another body. And your body will continue to be afraid of that body. Just as your body will continue to be attracted towards some body, right? The male body is drifting towards the female body and vice versa. And these things are happening. The body is a machine. The body is a conditioned machine. The body is like a programmed computer. It will do what it has to do. Pure spirituality, the genius and the use of spirituality lies in realizing that the body has its own ways, but you are not obliged to follow those ways. That you and the body can be at a distance. That the body will do what it wants to do. But you are under no compulsion to toe the body's line. I'll give you an example. Right now, is anybody here who is perfectly okay physically? There will be very few of us. Anybody here who is feeling no pain in any part of the body? Anybody who's not feeling like having a glass of water or visiting the washroom? Somebody would be feeling a bit sleepy. All those things are there, right? And they are all bodily. The body has its own preconditioned ancient desires. Even if a very absorbing conversation is going on, the body will say, I want to sleep. Now, are you following the advice of the body? Are you? The body is saying, I want to sleep. Even my body is a little bit tired and it says, I want to take rest. Should I pay attention? The body has its own ways, I have my own agenda. And why should I listen to the body? Do you always listen to your body? Or sometimes, obviously, you are carried away. But do you always listen to the body? You want to get up at 5 in the morning. You set an alarm. Whenever the alarm rings, do you immediately spring to your feet? What does the body say? The body says, well, let's 15 minutes more. But what do you tell the body? You say, shut up. Follow me. I am the master. You are the equipment, the resource, the servant. You will do as I command. Must that not be the right relationship between consciousness and body? Please tell me. When that is the right relationship, then life is successful. When that is not the right relationship, then the body rules. And the body is very, very old. Ancient animal is the body. The body is a very ancient animal. That's the reason the knowers have taught us to not to identify with the body. So it's your body that does not like the lizard's body. And even after participating in this discussion, when you look at the lizard the next time, the bodily reaction or the reflex, as you said, would be much the same. But that's when consciousness has to rise up and say, nothing doing. That's just a body. As are you. Fundamentally no difference. In fact, these days it is possible to have organ transplants even from animals. We know of that, right? We have had hearts and livers from other animals transplanted into human beings. So bodies are just bodies. What is so special about the body of a lizard that I must flinch away? There's no reason. And when you practice this kind of distance from the body, this attitude towards the body, then you find that you are no more a slave to the body. And the body does not merely mean these reflexes that we are talking of here. Thoughts, emotions, impulses, excitements, depressions, they all arise from the body. Even that which you call as the mind is actually an output of the brain, and the brain is the body. Right? So the spiritual person takes nothing seriously. Not her body, not her emotion, not her thought, not even her existence. When you do that, there is great freedom, because now the world cannot lord over you. The world manages to scare you and control you only because you are body identified. So the world says, I'll do you some damage. And you surrender. When you are not body identified, you say, you can do some damage to the body, not to me. So if you want to do some damage to the body, you may do that. The body lives close to me. She is my neighbor, but she is not me. And you cannot blackmail me by threatening damage to my neighbor. Is that a way to blackmail somebody? Listen to me, or I'll slap your neighbor. Would that work on you? Would that work on you? So treat the body as your neighbor, a nice neighbor, a neighbor you need to work with, a neighbor that you need to make work, a neighbor that must work for you. Do not let the body intrude into your house and become the owner. Let the body remain a neighbor. Now lizards and earthworms and cockroaches or even dinosaurs won't matter. There is, however, a huge catch. What is the catch? When you get rid of all that which is distasteful and abhorrent to the body, some of you have already sensed it. Have you? When you start saying that this lizard that appears distasteful to my body is nothing real or important, you will find that equally and concurrently you are moved to say that all the things that used to appear attractive and tasteful to the body are losing their attraction and taste. Are you getting? So for example, your favorite food. Now you call it your favorite food. The fact is, it is the body's favorite food. That's the reason why lizards continue to rule even if we grow and become 80. Because it is very difficult to leave the temptation of those things that the body likes. And if you will continue to go with what the body likes, you will be forced to also go with what the body dislikes. The body will say, I like this, and you'll say, okay, I'm going towards it. And the body will then say, I dislike the lizard. You'll have no option but to say, okay, I'm running away from the lizard. That's the reason those who want to avoid pain must also learn the art of handling, managing pleasure with caution. If bodily pleasures continue to mean a lot to you, then bodily aversions will also continue to mean a lot to you. There must be certain animals that you love, for example, right? Which ones? Rabbits? Dogs. Cats. No, nobody taught us to really love dogs and cats. Again, it's very evolutionary. It's not without reason that dogs, who really are wolves from the jungle, have been domesticated by us and live in our villages, our cities, our very homes. How did wolves enter there? Because they have somehow been living with us for so long that affinity has gotten into their bodies and our bodies. The human body has now developed an affinity for the wolf called the dog. Even the dog's body has undergone a change and it has developed an affinity for human beings. Other animals do not have that affinity. For example, if you bring in jackals or leopards, they won't really like to jump into your lap and lick your face. And if they are doing that, you better be cautious. So you like the dog because of bodily reasons. And you dislike the lizard because of? If you continue to like the dog in a very, very unconscious way, you will find that you are compelled to dislike the lizard in a very, very unconscious way. But we want to continue loving the dog while trying to dispel our fear of the lizard. Sorry, that is not possible. Next time you hold that puppy in your arms, you'll have to ask yourself, why exactly am I liking this experience? You'll have to go into your mind and figure out an ancient attraction. And when you figure that out, you say, there's nothing in it. It's age-old conditioning. There is just nothing in it. Not that now you need to throw the puppy away. You need to be compassionate. That's all right. But you must know why you like to hold a rabbit or a cat or a pup. While you don't like to hold a python or a cockroach or a lizard or an earthworm. There are reasons. The reasons are all genetic. And genetic means body related. Spirituality enables you to know who you really are. And once you discover that the body, though coexistent with you, is not really you, you find yourself empowered to live life fully, without fear, without phobia. Yes.